Well, hello, everybody, and happy Monday and Master Heart family. And it's just going to be a delightful time today. And we're going to hear all kinds of goodies from the divine. And we're going to talk about prayer and why pray for other people. And, it doesn't work or whatever. And so I think you're going to have a better understanding of prayer. I pray for each one of you every day and so it's good for you and it's good for me too. And again, we'll look into that and see how that is possible. And our Master Heart family with Tim was able to do an AI video with us, and we're going to have another one at the end of the month. So if you want to get on that, the 31st at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, same link we used last time. I'll send out an email on it. And if I don't have your email or whatever, just let me know and I can get you on our list. And so with that, why don't we just start with hello, everybody, and what's going on? You got any miracles to share with us today?
Always.
I have one.
Okay, great. Hey, Tim.
I have a friend who is not a believer, and
Uh-huh.
he was having some huge plumbing problems, and the city came out and said, "Hey, unfortunately, it's on your side, and you're responsible." He had a plumber come out and say it's going to be, I'm not sure how much it's going to cost, but we're going to start at 35,000, and this is what we're going to do. And so
Wow.
he called in a bunch of friends, and anyway, that wasn't able
Yeah.
to fix it. And I said, have you prayed? Would you allow me to pray for you for this? And he
Wow.
said, yeah, at this point, I'll try anything. Right. And so we held hands, which was uncomfortable for him. And we said a quick prayer. And about 30 minutes later, his sister called and said, hey, I called the city and they're very apologetic for what happened. And they'll be out tomorrow to help you out. And so then he tried to explain it away like that couldn't have happened.
Sure.
She had already called and blah, blah, blah. But
Yeah.
we all know what
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
We don't know how.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the committee came in and started saying
Yeah.
this is why it really, didn't work. And it's a
Right.
coincidence or whatever. But boy, isn't it fun having coincidence happen in our favor?
Right. Right.
That's great. I love that. And holding hands, I help like with real estate agents. I suggest to them that when they're selling some people's home, that they go into the home because it's everybody's vibration that impacts whatever you want, who's ever involved in whatever situation you're involved in this case, selling their home, and to actually hold hands with them and pray for that home and pray for their home to be sold to the perfect family and not a buyer or anything. You personalize it more, and we've had instances where they haven't like been able to sell their home for 9 weeks and no activity. They stand around and pray, and when the agent's still there, within a half hour or whatever of the prayer, that somebody knocks on the door and says, hey, we just drove by and we're really interested in buying this home, and it's just like this is how life is. And it's so fun to be able to just ask for what you want. But most of us don't, most of us say, oh, it's a problem. And then we're focused on the problem and don't get it. So that's great, Tim. I love every week now, Tim, you got miracles coming to us. Yeah, I love it, man. Love it. Good. Other thoughts, comments? Other miracles? Yeah. Hey, Deborah.
Hi. Hey. And Tim, thank you so much for the call we had on Friday. That was so impactful with ChatGPT. I really appreciate your time, in doing that.
Yeah.
And thanks for sharing your miracle. And it's a miracle to be here.
Yeah, it
Every
is.
day is. So one thing I've been really, I don't know, working on if that's the right way, but
Yeah.
resistance, And kind of for this year was, to be in harmony and not having like resistant thoughts, especially about money. And I'll tell you, the more you're relaxed and at ease, and when you realize that, this whole, how everything works and the abundance of everything, and the birds don't have to hustle and grind to get to they're supported for, that's where it comes, that's where the wealth abundance comes from, is really, for me, it's been now like in the stillness, and I've seen it. I mean, I've received checks in the mail randomly this month, like, from like insurance things that I didn't even know, that I usually wouldn't open because I thought it was a bill. I'm like, I don't know if I want to open this, right? That's probably this huge, like, but it was a check. And this was like a couple days ago. And I just realized, it's the resistance, of just being, fully understanding that you're always supported. You've always had enough, you will always have enough. And no matter what, like the universe, you're always supplied for. And having the faith the size of a mustard seed, is really all you need. You don't have to be perfect at anything. At doing the work, and not the work. I know that's not the best word, Dr. Hank, but it's not work,
Doing
but
the play.
it's play, right?
Yeah,
And
the
then
focus.
in preparation for this call, because I know it was about praying, for others.
Yeah.
I just got out of a meditation that I was doing prior to this. And in that meditation, I had Archangel Michael, I had Archangel Raphael, and Archangel Samuel there. And I was on the beach because I was at my sanctuary. And it was kind of a cutting accord, because my father has been, in my heart. We don't talk, he's here, but we don't have a relationship, but he's been on my mind. So in cutting this cord kind of experience, I had Archangel Michael, next to me, kind of releasing that. And then I had Archangel, Raphael with the healing green energy, because this cord was in my throat chakra. Like I felt it in my throat during it, and it was like this like tight cord. And I felt like it being released. And then I also felt this green energy going through both of us, like this green healing, energy coming between us. And then I also felt with Archangel Samuel, right? Love, pink. So I felt like we were, all
Samuel,
this
yeah.
pink. Am I right? Okay. This came to me, and it was just surrounded with, pink, was just filling our hearts. And in that, I sent him love, I sent him healing. I sent him, everything that I want for myself, I sent him. And it felt really good. I feel really good right now. And I just got out of it. So
Yeah.
hello.
That's just beautiful. Yeah, that's just amazing. Yeah, and there you have discovered part of what we're gonna, and shared with what we're gonna share today on, is that when you pray for others, it benefits you too. And just like have prayed for this situation, and it's all fine, it's all playing out the way that it's supposed to. And we have people in this world, so this world is a beautiful world, and it has just amazing, wonderful people. And when you invite Archangel Chamuel, the pink light energy and angel dust of unconditional love, which means it doesn't matter what the conditions are, I love you. And so whether it's my parent I haven't talked to in a couple of years or whatever, or even like our if any of you have exes, okay, that usually they're thought about, oh, that ex, and their problem and everything. I pray for my ex every day and their family. And that, yeah, Stephen, are you having a hard time with that?
That's a tough one.
Yeah, see, because and here's the key here is that when so Christ said, love your enemies.
Right.
And so what why is that wisdom? Why is that divine intelligence talking to us? It's that as a man thinketh, so she become. Well, if I'm thinking about how I don't like somebody, that I'm mad at somebody, that I'm angry at somebody, that somebody is wrong, that this is who I become. And not only do I become that, and I have an attitude, now I'm judging. Do not judge. Another key one. And now I'm judging. And instead of judging, for us to allow, to us to shed, like Deborah did there, unconditional love to her father. And it's okay. It doesn't matter if they physically ever talk again. Their spirits will always be connected. And now Deborah is connecting their spirits actively in a wanted way. And how beautiful that is, Deborah. Yeah, so happy for you. Yeah.
I get like emotional.
Stephen?
But,
Yeah.
You know, I love this topic because, you know, I do pray for the plaintiff every day, and that would be my ex-wife. And and as much as I have learned, it's been 20 years since I've been married to her. So like, I hope she's happy. And you know, the point is, you know what, the less you give them any space in your mind, you know, like Dr. Hank said, if you don't let it go and bless them, you know, you will have resentment in your life. And I think that's a waste of time, space, and energy for anybody to have that in their life. You know, that's a waste of time.
Right.
So, right. So I do play for the plaintiff, and bless her heart. Bless her heart. Bless her heart. But on the,
and get rid of that plaintiff word.
Don't you like that? That's why I don't have to say any other word. Just the plaintiff, you know, really kind of explains it all. But
divine being.
Divine being. But one more, a little, and it's not even on the dark side of prayers, but I had an incident, and I don't share it very often because it breaks my heart to even think about it. Is we had a child go SIDS at our house years ago, and I wanted to pray to God to make a deal with him, and I couldn't even get that thought to get in my mind. It was very interesting, and so I know God's real. I know He hears our prayers. I know He answers them, and the reason I share that is because it's so strong to me to pray for the right reason and the right people. So I'm a huge fan of prayer, and do it every day. And I do it for the right people and for the wrong people sometimes. But I do.
There aren't wrong people. and look at exactly. And you know, the way that I'd look at it, it's a fun way to look at this is they're anchors, like it's on your ship, okay, and you're moving along your ship, and are you going to your desires and to your dreams? When you have these anchors, mad at people, thinking that the experiences, I bless everyone and every experience that I've had in my past, that am having now, and in my future. And I ask to see the wanted in it. I ask to see the blessing in those people. And I've seen it. And when you ask for that, you get to see the lighted side of that person or that situation, the wanted side of it. But if you're not asking to see that, you'll never see it. You got to ask in order to receive.
I pray for my enemies.
Yeah. And really even to go beyond that, even though Christ had enemies and makes us all understand, you know, we understand, you know, enemies, people we don't like, whatever, that really they're not our enemies, that they're there in order to give us part of the contrast that we signed up for, to birth to put the eternity into all of us by us expanding our thoughts, our emotions, and expanding it puts the eternity into us. We're all eternal beings. And so this is just a drop in the bucket, this lifetime that we have. That's why, and none of our souls signed up to be here forever in this physical form. And so for us to realize whatever, however long that, however big that drop is, it could be a day, could be for even being born, could be 100 years old, it doesn't matter. It's all perfect. And our soul is making that decision. So it's to bless everyone. And when you do, you bless yourself. And you take those anchors off, and now we sail home to the promised land.
That's this is an interesting topic because I almost messaged you this morning saying, help me find the blessing in this, because I've got some contrast going on in my life right now, and I'm having a really hard time seeing the blessing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you see the blessing when you can't see the blessing?
Yeah, well, see, right away you split your energy. That you said, oh, that I want to see the blessing, but I can't see the blessing. All righty, okay, you get whatever you ask for, you're gonna get. You're not gonna see the blessing. And so it's, don't you try to figure it out. Just ask for it to be done. I had a financial thing similar to what Deborah was referring to on that. It's an abundant life. And last week, I found out that I made even more money than I thought I did, and so I didn't pay enough taxes on it. And so I immediately said, "Hey, this is cool. There's going to be answer and solutions. All going to play out just perfectly." And so I didn't have any anchor there at all. I got the information. I love making more money. I love paying more taxes every year. That's what I asked for. And I mean, I'm paying more taxes and making more money. And this weekend, I get an email. And it says, hey, on this one investment that I had that I can deduct on some interest, and I can deduct this interest. And it was not the exact amount. It was altogether was $20,000, and there was like a difference over and above to my advantage of, like, it was 21,000 versus like 19,500 or whatever the thing was. And so it's this idea, Shell, about I just have to ask, and I ask for, where is the blessing here? And I may. I may get that blessing, right away. That it might, it doesn't matter. That what matters is to know that the blessing is already done. In fact, Shell had a great newsletter like she does every week, and we send it out to my list as well. And she talked about From The Secret. And if any of you haven't, heard or watched The Secret, it's a good place to kind of start and understand how life plays. And in The Secret, that Dr. Joe Dispenza, so Dr. Joe, and had said, you get up as if your prayers are already answered. And that's pretty close. But it says, as if your prayers are already answered. And I would suggest we tweak it a little. It's already been answered. It's not as if. Now, whether or not I can see it, and that's kind of what he's saying, whatever, if I can see it. But remember, and let's just review how life plays. That science has proven. So this is in Dr. Hank and Dr. Hank's La La Land, and that guy is all, flying with his angels. This is what the scientists say. That for us to have anything in our lives, the abundant life, happy life, the situation of your Shell being better, the relationship with other people, whatever, that anything that we want, it's just 3 steps, the scientists say. And it all starts with our all-powerful thought. And most of us are 80% of the time thinking about what we don't want. And that's with the committee, what we call the committee. Okay. And that's contrasted is actually good because once you realize, oh, that's just the committee talking because I don't feel good. God's communicating to me. I don't feel good when I have a thought and it's not a divine thought. I won't feel good. When it's a divine thought, when it's God talking to us, that I'll feel good. And so just go on your feelings because that's how God guides us. And so it's my thought. And then my thought is step one. My thought, according to scientists, creates energy. And that's our emotions. That's why our emotions are so much. So if you say, hey, I want an abundant life, you'll never have an abundant life. Okay. But if you say, hey, you know, this abundant life is here and now, and you'll open up your eyes, and it is here now. We live an abundant life. Do you know you have trillions of things happening in your body right now that are making you, breathe and smell and taste and touch and see and digest and it just goes on and on. How can I move my hands without me thinking about moving my hands or whatever? It's really, really incredible. So our thought creates energy, and that energy then creates matter, M-A-T-T-E-R, and this is why thoughts become things. The scientists forgot about God. They always do. It's okay. We love that. That's what we don't want. I asked for understanding. God, show me that this is right, I understand this, but you're missing in the equation. Where are you? So I asked for the answer, and I was given it. And it's that, yes, our thoughts started. Yes, our emotion is it, but our emotion is our communication to the divine. And that in step 3, our communication, what we have been thinking that turns into an emotion, that then is the signal that goes to God, the divine, to the universe, to all that is. And that signal, no matter what it is, there's no judgment in this. Whether you want it or not, you're going to get it. And that signal in step 3, that communication instantly goes to the divine, goes to God. And God instantly not only receives it, but answers our prayer. So all of our prayers have been answered. But people say to me, but Dr. Hank, where's my money? Where's the relationship? Where's the whatever I've been praying for? Well, there's a step 4 that isn't taught in a secret. It's that again, the divine that we know about this, and it's step 4. And that is what I call ABE. Allow it, believe it, and expect it. So now, Shell, when you ask, I want to see the wanted in this situation. And I want this situation, we've talked before about, I want this situation to be easily and quickly resolved in my favor and let it go. Now, if you don't let it go, and if you start putting doubt in it, opposite of faith, it's done on your faith. Now I split my energy. Now I'm not allowing what I had asked for. If I'm saying like, hey, where's my answer? Where's my money? Where's my whatever I'm looking for? Then what happens is that I won't be able to, in step 5, receive it because I get to choose. I do the thinking, it automatically does the emotions, it automatically goes to God. God automatically responds with the answer, but I get to choose if I'm going to allow this, believe this, and expect this. And when I do, one of the easiest ways is just to believe it. It's done unto me as I believe. And I prayed for it, and it's here. And then the last thing, Shell, is, and for all of us, prepave this, that I want to see the wanted today. I want to see the blessings in everyone and every situation today. And when you ask that, you'll be guided and you'll start living the magical life. This is another, part of our magical life is praying to others. And this is part of that magical life is to take those anchors off and to allow, to believe, to expect that what you pray for, it's already here. You just need to allow it in. Amen.
Amen.
Yeah. Thoughts, comments?
I think that I've been having a hard time with this because this person like hurt my feelings. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. And see, when you look at it this way that I'm going to share with you, it becomes real easy. I just didn't like the way that person behaved. Okay, that's it. That's the
Mhm.
only reason why we're mad at each other and all this nonsense is you just didn't like the behaviors, especially in families. You know, you're supposed to be this way and whatever. I heard about a bunch of Christmases, not of Master Heart family people, where, you know, it was just the worst of the worst because family fighting and they went in their own room for like 3 hours and fought and, you know, just crazy stuff. And it's just because you didn't like the way they behaved. But now here's the way out is that I get to allow that to either impact me negatively or not.
Mhm.
I get to choose. And so if they're doing whatever they're doing, I don't care if they tried to run you over or steal your purse or whatever, it doesn't matter. It's like, oh, this is contrast. And they wanted to run you over. Hey, I want to attract people that are kind and loving and compassionate. Now you can't say I want to attract people that don't run me over because you'll be thinking about being ran over. Okay. And stealing my purse, and you can't be saying what you don't want. You have to be on the wanted side of your thinking. And you'll see, Shel, this becomes very easy. And you realize, oh yeah, and it hurt my feelings. And by the way, those hurt feelings, how do you feel? I feel bad. God's telling you you're not looking at this situation at this person the way that I am. And
Mhm.
now you say, how cool is that? So God already knows how to look at this. Now all I have to do is ask. He's telling me that I'm feeling it. I'm feeling bad. No person, none of us can say that, oh, I felt good about something we're mad about or a person we're mad about. Okay, you felt bad. It's because you didn't see it the way, and you know, a great way of looking at this is I asked to see it and see life as Christ sees life, you know, as God sees life. And again, it doesn't matter whether we have different religions here, it doesn't matter, but that, you know, that let's use the word God then, you know, universe, whatever, it doesn't matter. But there is this power, and you get to control this power. You get to ask, and you can mold the energies that make worlds into your life. Nuggets.
Hmm.
That's what I'm talking about. So what do you think, Shel? You think
Thank you. That it really helped me. Yes.
oh, good,
Yeah.
good. Do you
And I'm
want to
gonna
bring it up?
try. I'm gonna see this person as God sees her.
Exactly,
Mhm.
exactly. See, she is made in the image and likeness of God. And guess what? God's never been pissed off at her like you are.
Right.
And people will say to me, oh, but Dr. Hank, no, you don't know this person or
Mhm.
you don't know this situation. Oh, yes, I do. I know that in every particle of the universe, there's the wanted and the unwanted. I know in every person, there's the angelic or the not. And I get to choose. And if I keep on steaming about this check, whatever, that guess what? You got the anchor over your ship, you're slowing down, you're lowering your vibration, and you're disallowing step 4. You're disallowing. It's like, I'm not going to let anybody or anything slow my train down.
Mhm.
I'm a go, baby. I'm a bullet train. I am going. And I know this is an abundant life, and I know I get to call it because I am the creator of my life. Ooh.
Deborah, you and I have the same relationship with our dads, and I had a huge resentment towards him. And I've been told I'm Irish, and we tend to hold that grudge forever. And I was told that holding a resentment is like drinking poison, expecting the other person to die. And once you give that up and start praying for that person, and maybe same for you, Shell, that it really changed my life.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah. And see, and again, it's not about, gee, did I talk to them or do they like me now? It's nothing about that. It's about you, how you feel towards that person. And so it doesn't matter. They get to choose too. They can be mad or whatever, whatever committee members are. And another easy way to look at other people, family members, loved ones, whatever, whoever, is that they've just been taken over by their committee. They don't even know they have a committee. They think this is the truth, what this devil is telling them. And it's like, oh my God, if anything, geez, not that I feel sorry for them, but, I have empathy. Wow, I understand. See, it's all about understanding. And in fact, one really just easy way of looking at anybody that you're, don't have an estranged relationship, whatever, with, is to just realize, oh, it's their committee. But I'm not going to have my committee mad at them because they're mad at me or I don't like their behavior or whatever. Hell no, I'm not going to go and get with their committee, because now you have two committees together and they'll really pull you down. And it's like, I'm not going there. I get to choose. And so I'm going to love them. And believe me, I've been through it. I disowned my dad when I was 17 years old. And but now I have a great relationship with my dad, my mom. They're not here in this physical, and see them when they're not in this physical state, they're pure source energy. They're in a pure state of allowing. So you can go and meet up with them and have a great relationship. Joey proved that last week. He met up with his dad, with us, and shared with us. He met with his dad, and that they came together, and that all is well now. And Joey has just been, flying with the angels ever since, and has been numerously in contact with me in the last week, just on what a great opportunity, how this has released him. This is stuff your committee just has put these anchors on you. Don't sucker for this committee about you're mad at anybody or anything. It's all playing out perfectly. Yeah, Deborah, were you going to say something?
Oh, well, no, that's awesome. And I was just gonna say it's our false beliefs, like sometimes, like,
Yeah,
and sometimes we just hang on to them, right? Like, and
yeah,
they come, and then we just gotta allow them to go
right.
and not focus and pay attention, because everything we want, it's already there. I mean, our prayers have already been answered, but I feel like we just have to
Right.
align up to them. And how we do that is
Yes.
to get rid of that resistance,
Mhm.
and those are those thoughts that come in, regardless if it's about somebody or if it's about money or and so forth. So
Yeah.
instead, just let it pass and get
Mhm.
back to, I'm supported, I'm loved, I'm abundant. Look at this universe, look at where I'm at, and
Yeah.
turn the other cheek, as Dr. Hank would say.
Yeah.
And I
Right.
started
Yeah.
Augmentino, the scrolls again, scroll two, and I'll greet this day
Yeah.
with love in my heart. And
Mhm.
that is just so beautiful right there. But it's no matter what, like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have love in my heart. I'll treat
Yeah.
everybody that way. And when I speak to somebody, I will silently in my mind say, I love you, regardless of what they're doing or saying or committee is saying.
Right.
And I think that's freedom, right there.
That's freedom. Freedom from the committee. And that's one of the main reasons why your soul is here, is for more freedom. But you can't experience more freedom without the contrast of having the committee. And this is why the committee is even a blessing. So it's telling us what we don't want, on how not to look at this. It's that easy. And I just monitor my feelings. And when I feel good, yeah, I love that Augmandino that, yeah, this day I greet with love in my heart. And this is this pre-paving idea about, see, when you start pre-paving on, I want to see the wanted, I want to see the love in everyone. Every person, they're basically, they, been told to have guards here, and you got to have, um, what are they, borders or whatever, people put up, hey, these are my rules and how you need to be and stuff. That all of that guardedness and everything, that underneath everybody's committee, for every one of us in the whole world, underneath, we're pure love. We want to also be loved, and we want to love. And so when we realize that, and some people, like our parents or whatever, they have this idea about this is how you should be. And you're the only person that knows how you're supposed to be. No parent knows how their child should be. Just that you have to know your own path. And how do you know your path? When you're feeling great. And when you're doing things like Deborah was saying, meditating and being still, be still and know that I am God. I mean, all the answers are right here. We just need to be still. I had people that just say, oh, I can't do the joy shop anymore. I can't take that time to be deliberate. And what happens? They don't have as good a life as they otherwise could. And we can't. And so let's talk about and get into just on the prayer, on prayer for others. And we really I think we have a clear understanding now that, yeah, I want to pray for everybody in my life, and especially those that put a charge in my life, that are an anchor. I don't want that in my life anymore. And so I'm going to bless them. So you may want to even think about, and normally I don't want to go on the unwanted, but people that, think about any anchors that you have of people that are in your life. And it might be your parents, it might be, an ex, it might be your kids, whoever, whatever, a boss. I mean, there are things, maybe you've even kind of forgot about it. And let's bless them, and let's pray for them, because it's going to do, when you pray for others, that energy goes to them for their well-being. And so we'll go into a prayer here, and then we'll have a recording that, some key things on that you can just pray for everyone and anyone, that will be helpful for you to not only pray for them, but as you do, it's praying for you, and you become whatever you're thinking. And so your prayer for others is your thought. And when I just do prayers of love to others, that I become love. And so with that, let's just relax. Let's close our eyes. It's typically easier um, to get into the divine, to go to God, to not be of this world, that not having this world impact us, but instead, let's close our eyes. Let's go to the kingdom within, and let us begin by breathing. And let's breathe in now. Breathe in 5 seconds. And then breathe out. And just relax. Just leave anything that has challenged you, troubled you, anything unwanted, just let it go. And now breathe in the wanted. Breathe in the divine. And then again, make sure you just breathe anything unwanted out of you. And continue to breathe deeply like this. Your breath is your spirit. It's the fastest way to align with your higher power, with God and all that is. Just relaxing, breathing deeply, enjoying. And we now call forth the divine, the beautiful, our inner being, our inner child. We call forth all the wanted in this world and all the wanted people, all the wanted things in this world. We call forth our guardian angel, that which beats our heart, digests our food, helps us to see and hear and smell and touch and taste better, and also for our sixth sense to be able to open up now to the divine as we become quiet, relaxed, and we call forth our guides, our soul's guides, those that are guiding us to more wanted growth, to more freedom, and the prize to more joy. We call you in and we ask for your guidance to show us the way. So beautifully, so divine, and we're feeling so good now, so loved. Always you will be loved, always you will be with us. We call in all those that have walked before us and all those that walk with us now. And now we want to pray very generally, yet on any people or even situations which you want your all-powerful prayer to disarm, to turn into the one, to turn into the blessing for you. So think of those people now that you want to bless, that you want to take those anchors off of your ship so it just flows down the corridor of joy with the doors of your desires and dreams being realized, with more love and with more happiness, with more joy, more peace, more enlightenment, more deeper connection with yourself and all people. But before we pray for anyone, we first pray for ourselves. And we send ourselves love. We send ourselves well-being. We ask for more health, wealth, and success. We ask for more freedom for ourselves. We ask for more easy money, more of an easy life, more love, and more joy we want to experience. Show us the way to experience for ourselves now more peace and more enlightenment and understanding of ourselves, this world, and others, and all situations and all people from the past, present, and future. Let us see the blessing in them. And now that we have prayed for ourselves, we're in this high flying vibration. And we are now the angels, and our light, our energy, and our angel dust. Just think that you are the angel now, and now pray for those. And those people that you have in mind, loved ones and others, the wanted and the unwanted, that send this prayer to them. And you now send love, your love to these beautiful divine beings. You ask that they have well-being. They and we are all beings, and we want to be well. And so we send well-being to all. And we send health, wealth, and success to all those people we're thinking of, all those divine beings, and have helped us to get to this point right now. They've all been part of life, of the puzzle, and it's coming together now. This beautiful life where you are now living the life, living the magical life. And as you continue to pray for others now, you send them more freedom, for them to have freedom, for them to be free of the committee as you are now. You pray that they have more easy money and more of an easy life. Just get into this. Send your all powerful prayer to them, and it will raise them up, and it will raise you up and us together up with the divine. Your angelic self is now sending more love to all of these people, is sending your all powerful prayer, more joy to them, more peace to them, and more enlightenment to them. And just think of these people, whether they're in this physical form anymore or not, that all of them send this prayer to them. And feel it penetrating them now as it penetrates you with all these divine thoughts and feelings and spirit. It's raising them up. For all those that you have loved, all those that you thought had trespassed you, for all that you have been tempted to, that now we shine our prayers on everyone. And they feel our prayer, they feel our love. And together now, we rise up and we walk down that beautiful white lighted corridor of joy with the doors of everything that we want flowing to us now, everything they want flowing to them as we skip along our lighted path, living the magical life now. this silence. I am God. I'm going to count now from 3 down to 1. And on 1, you're going to open up your eyes and feel angelic, for you are an angel. You're going to feel great, and you're going to see yourself walking down that lighted, white lighted, glowing path of joy now, with all the doors opening up of what you want, swinging wide open for you with deeper, more loving relationships with all. And on 3 now, that 3, and it's our mind, body, and spirit. And together that makes an angel. And you are an angel. And 2, it is us asking. It is God answering. And then us allowing. And when I count to 1, we're going to feel so good as we now are living the magical life together as one. And 1, I welcome you back into the room. I welcome you back into this magical life that we now all live together. Amen.
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 Thoughts about that?
I had big, beautiful pink angel wings and pink glittery dust that I was sprinkling on them. And I was thinking of 3 people specifically. And then after I send them all the love and the happiness and the joy, then my old boss came to my mind. And I was like, okay, I'll throw Dennis in there too.
That divine Dennis, DD we call him now. That's beautiful. Yeah. And you'll, as you continue to do this, ask to expand your imagination like Shell has, to where you can, really just feel yourself and see the light and see the people. And then get ready for some amazing relationships. And it may be with those people, other people, but you are now, you've asked now for some incredible relationships. So hang on, that it's going to be delightful. Any other thoughts, comments? Ooh, doggies, I feel good, do, like I knew that I would. So good, so good. Are you ready to sing? We like to laugh and have more fun. We like to laugh and have more fun. For we are the divine ones.
For we
are
the
divine ones. The magical life is the name of the game. The magical life
Name of
is
the
the name of the game. Prayer is my middle name.
Prayer
is my middle name.
Praying for others feels all right.
Praying
for
for
others
others all right.
Feels all right. As I shine in God's light.
As
I shine in God's light.
Sound off living the magical life.
Sound off
living the magical life. Sound off living the magical life.
Sound off living the magical life.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
Boy, we're gonna have a week now, or we're gonna have a life now. Woo-hoo. Hey, I love you all. Just amazing connection together with each other, and know that I pray for you every day, and know that those prayers are not only on its way, but with you in your heart right now. And so thank you so much, and bless you, and know that all is well and everything you want is coming your way. Start right now.